Being 7, I call to order the rescheduled school committee meeting of March the 14th. Will you all please rise and do a pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Well, thank you all for coming tonight. You know, we've had snowstorms, we've had all sorts of things, but at least we can finish this off so we can get to the towns and cities. Any public comment by anybody?
I have a statement.
Yes, sir.
I received this when we did our engineering study, and I noticed that there are 5 new members on the board since this was released. I've gone over it once, and then I went over it again recently. If somebody else would like to look at it, it is available for their perusal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just to,
Thank you.
when we decided that we needed to upgrade the school, it hasn't been touched in, what, 40 years? We contracted an engineering firm to go over what had to be done. And
It's an architectural and engineering
yeah,
study.
it's pretty explicit,
$120,000.
yeah. But it states the condition of the wire, you know, everything, structure. Okay. So the first thing we have on the agenda is approval of the February 21st minutes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
move the approvals of the February 21 minutes of regular school committee meeting.
Second.
Okay. Any changes, depletions, or omissions? None being heard, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I have to abstain, I wasn't here.
Yes. One abstention, Mr. James. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
move the acceptance of the February 21 executive session minutes for that same day.
Second.
Second. Any questions, omissions, deletions on the executive session minutes? None being heard, all in favor, please say aye. All opposed? Unanimous. Next is the Treasury report for the month of February. Move to accept.
Second.
Second. Any questions or comments? None being heard, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Unanimous. Next one is old business. We have no old business to discuss. Next on is the student representative, Brianna. She's not present tonight. We're gonna skip it. We'll have her do twice next time. Superintendent's report, Miss Lynch.
Tonight before you, I have some personnel actions for information purposes. I have a route bus driver. I have above the influence manager. I have a credit for life advisor, and that's a new grant that we just received. I have MCAS ELA after school program. I have special education ELL course. Title I Math, MCAT, ELA, MCAS After School Program, and I have evening school. Also, I have spring coaches for this season. I also have a resignation of an attendance monitor. For budget update, as you know, we held a budget workshop this evening and discussed a budget which contained a 3.35% increase. The public hearing for the FY19 budget is scheduled for Wednesday, April 11th at 6:45 p.m. MCAS update, within the last couple of weeks, juniors retook the ELA and MCAS math exam. 1 junior took the ELA and 5 juniors took the math. We're still waiting for results from the February biology MCAS exam. And currently all sophomores are taking the ELA exam this week. On Thursday, March 1st, I attended the Whittier Tech Educational Foundation meeting along with Kara Cosmas. I'm pleased that the members of the foundation agreed to give scholarships to this year's senior class. On Thursday, March 1st, I met with Representative Diana DiZoglio. We were able to discuss concerns about the foundation budget, mass municipal laws that have to do with retirement and unemployment, and we were able to give her an update on our programs. On Sunday, March 4th, through Tuesday, March 6th, I attended the Women in Educational Leadership Conference in Harvard. I'm so appreciative of that opportunity. I met amazing leaders and it was truly an inspirational few days. On Friday, March 9th, I attended the school play We Will Rock You. I thoroughly enjoyed the show and was amazed by the talent. I can't wait for next year's production. On Sunday, March 11th, I attended the girls' cheerleading sectionals at Whitman Hanson High School. I was so proud of how our team performed, and, you know, it's amazing to see the athleticism in a cheerleading competition. On Thursday, March 15th, Kara Cosmas and I attended the Merrimack Finance Committee meeting. I want to thank them for the opportunity to let them know and update them on Whittier Tech. On Monday, March 19th, I attended the Merrimack Valley Chamber breakfast with Seth Moulton and Congresswoman Nikki Songus, and they provided us an update from Washington, D.C. On March 19th, Karen Cosmas and I attended the West Newbury Selectmen meeting, and again, I want to thank West Newbury Selectmen for being so gracious and actually volunteering to help on some of our advisory boards, so I'm taking them up on that offer. On Wednesday, March 21st, I attended the Merrimack Valley Superintendent's meeting. On Wednesday, March 21st, the MAVA officers and I met with Jeff Wolfson, the interim deputy commissioner, and his staff, and we provided an update on CTE programs and initiatives. On Friday, March 23rd through 24th, I attended the MBA conference. It was a wonderful conference and was highlighted with Governor Charlie Baker as the keynote speaker at the banquet, and he gave a very big shout out to Whittier. He said, "Is anyone from Whittier here?" And of course, we all, you know, raised our hands. And he said, "You are the loudest school I've ever been to." So I took that as a compliment. And on Tuesday, March 27th, I attended the MAVA's officers meeting, the MAVA board meeting, and the MAVA general meeting. It was a long day of meetings, so that's my update for you.
Excuse me, I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
I think I lost it, but isn't there a day on the Hill?
Yes.
Is that close or what?
It's usually May 1st, right?
I don't have my calendar in front of me.
Oh, so
I can let you know.
We didn't miss it, though.
No.
But if anyone wants to go, it's quite a, you know, you get to see your local representatives and get to go. Is it?
It's after our next meeting, so I'll make sure I bring the information.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to go, you know, thank you. Sorry for interrupting.
That's okay. Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, there's a recommendation from me to increase the Project Discovery Program fee from $175 to $199 per student per session. And I need to have a vote on that.
Second.
Any comments on that, discussion?
Just curious,
Yes, go ahead.
Is there increased transportation costs?
There's an increase in transportation costs, there's a possibility of an increase in hourly fee. It's just, it's a program that sustains itself. It doesn't come out of the district budget, so we want to make sure that,
How
you know.
long has that price been at that $75?
I want to say 5 years.
5 years.
Thank you.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
my son's working there a little.
Yeah.
All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Unanimous.
Again, before you tonight is an increase in the athletic sports camp fee, and that's from $100 to $125.
Is there a motion on the floor?
Make your motion.
Motion by Mr. Early, second.
Second.
Ms. Gilbert, any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Unanimous.
Is that a summer program?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also before you tonight is a recommendation to establish a Chapter 74 Health Assisting Instructor / Post-Secondary LPN Administrator position. I spoke about this a little bit earlier. In order to open up a licensed practical nursing program, you have to have a director on board working on curriculum a year before the program actually starts. So that is the reason for this establishment of this position.
Right, and that salary was in this budget we just approved?
Yes.
Correct, okay.
Um,
Yes, sir.
If I could, is this just for establishing curriculum? Or is she going to be like assisting teachers or working with students in some capacity?
Yes, so she'll also be a health assisting teacher part-time, so she'll have a couple of classes, but the rest of the time she'll be working on.
Yeah, and that's all I was
Yeah.
curious. I couldn't see somebody working on a curriculum for 180 days.
No.
You know, I had a question. So, once this whole thing gets established, and we have nurses on board, teaching, and everything, does that give us the opportunity to flu shots and stuff like that?
We can do that now.
Oh, you can? Like for the elderly, can come in here?
Well, not for the elderly, but for staff. I mean, it's so easy right now to get a flu shot at your CVS or,
Oh, I know. but-
yeah.
okay. You might come for breakfast to get a flu shot. Huh?
Really
It's not
is
a
it?
bad idea.
No. Anyway, any more discussion on that? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, unanimous.
Tonight before you is an establishment of a dental assisting program, a position. And this position will be put in Perkins, and that's how this position will be funded. And this is for the establishment of the program in September.
So moved.
Moved, second by Mr. Murphy. Any more discussion on this?
Maureen, are kids choosing it already this year?
Dental, no. So we have to do a year of exploratory, and then after next year, they
Okay.
can choose it. Yep.
Okay.
Any more discussion? None being heard, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye,
All opposed, unanimous.
that's terrific.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, tonight is I'd like to establish a scholarship from Eastern Bank is donating $2,000 scholarship to benefit a graduating Whittier Tech senior. I would like to thank Laura Kurzak, the Executive Director of Eastern Bank Charitable Foundation and Eastern Bank for her generous scholarship. I respectfully request the school committee's acceptance of this scholarship.
So moved. Second?
Second.
Ms. True? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, unanimous.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, again, an establishment of a scholarship. The Whittier Tech Educational Foundation is donating 10 $500 scholarships to benefit graduating Whittier Tech seniors based on, but not limited to, high academic achievement, perseverance, community service, and/or need. I would like to thank the Whittier Tech Educational Foundation for these generous scholarships.
So moved.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. 10.
Very.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, unanimous.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, the League of Women Voters is donating $500, a $500 scholarship to benefit a graduating Whittier Tech senior based on student civic engagement and community contribution who plans to attend a 2 or a 4-year college and/or technical school. I would like to thank Kay Green and Peggy Toomey and the League of Women Voters for this generous scholarship.
So moved.
Second. Does that scholarship go to a female or doesn't it either?
I think it's either. It isn't specific about male or female.
So all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, unanimous.
That's terrific.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, Skills USA, our district competition was last week, and we will be having students attend the state competition, and that is the 26th through the 28th. And I have at least 3 advisors going. It's April 26th through April 28th, and we have about 100 students attending this competition. I need school committee's approval because it is an overnight.
Overnight. Is there a motion?
So moved.
So moved. Second. Yes, Mr. Early.
Paperwork in order.
It will be in order before they leave.
When we have these students go on an overnight, whatever, is there a formula to decide how many chaperones, or just what you think you need?
It's 10 to 1 generally.
But there's no,
There's no
say state
school-
law that says for every 15 you have to have one.
No, and there's no school committee policy, but, safety's obviously the top.
And they're all staff members,
Yes.
so if a parent says, oh, can I go?
Well, they can rent a hotel room, but.
But they don't go.
They're not
they don't
considered a
go-
chaperone.
They're not considered,
Yeah.
okay.
At least for this trip, sometimes for a Kansas City trip, a parent would want to go and they would, room with their child.
Yeah, but they're not considered,
Yeah.
they're not getting paid.
No.
Okay. Some schools, they pay parents to go. Anyway, did we vote on that? We did. Yeah. Okay.
We have a motion.
Oh, all in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed? Thank you.
It was given out.
Also tonight, and I apologize for not getting this to you earlier, but we need to have a vote on us being, Whittier Tech being able to submit a statement of interest. I have it here if anyone would like to peruse it. It's the same as last year. We've highlighted a few different areas that we've changed. But we're obviously looking at an accessible building, a safe building, a building that meets Title IX requirements, and looking at infrastructure needs here at the school. I say it all the time, you know, it looks great on the outside, but you get behind the walls and we have some issues. So I want to thank Ms. Cosmas for spending the time writing this statement of interest, but I do need to get a school committee approval to submit the statement of interest at this time.
To accept.
Second.
Second. Motion by Mr. Early, second by
So the
Ms. Cosmas.
MSBA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions on that?
Chuck,
Yes, sir.
is there a dollar amount on that? yet?
No.
No, not yet.
No.
Okay.
So what happens is that they'll read our statement of interest, see if that we have the need, then we'll have to do a feasibility study, and then from that feasibility study, that's when they start talking about how much money it could possibly cost to do a new school, which I don't think we're gonna need, or what it would be for a renovation. So,
Where does the money come from the feasibility study?
Whittier Tech. So that was,
Is it already set aside in the budget?
we've set aside last year the stabilization fund, so we put some money in that stabilization fund. Yeah,
So it would be like $1 million.
yeah. I think last year we put in the stabilization 390.
95 or something, yeah.
Is the governor committed to how many grants they're gonna do?
Every year it's different.
Yeah, I think last year was 11.
Okay, I guess I have to read this.
Go ahead.
It's a superintendent's recommendation that the school committee vote to authorize the superintendent to submit the Massachusetts School Building Authority the statement of interest form dated March 29th, 2018 for the Whittier Regional Vocational Technical High School located at 115 Amesbury Line Road, Haverhill, Massachusetts, which describes and explains the following deficiencies in the priority categories for which an application may be submitted to the Massachusetts School Building Authority in the future as noted in priorities 3, 4, 5, and 7 of this application regarding total renovation of an existing building and system updates project, and hereby further specifically acknowledges that by submitting this statement of interest form, the Massachusetts School Building Authority in no way guarantees the acceptance or the approval of an application, the awarding of a grant or any other funding commitment from Massachusetts School Building Authority, or commits the Whittier Regional Vocational High School to filing an application for funding with the Massachusetts School Building Authority.
Okay.
So we need to move that again?
Yes.
So-
Yes. So moved. Second?
Second.
Mr. James. Any more discussion on this? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Unanimous.
And that's all
Our
I have.
fingers crossed this time.
I know.
That's all you have?
That's all I have. It's been a long time since I've seen you all.
Yeah.
You can keep talking if you want.
You think we should take Kara first, or you wanna go?
What's on the agenda?
We don't have the principal's report, Mr. McGee.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Superintendent Lynch, and rest of the school committee members. I'm a little confused too on the times of all the snow days too, but hopefully I can get this down. I just want to congratulate all the winter sports that finished up a couple weeks ago. And I just want to congratulate all the teams on such a wonderful season. Like Ms. Lynch said, the cheerleading crew went down to the state finals and placed sixth, and I just want to congratulate Coach Bennett and all the student athletes on another successful season. The winter sports banquet is set for Tuesday, April 3rd. That's this week coming, believe it or not, at 6 p.m. So if you want to put that in your calendars, as well as we know that spring sports have started, and you can see all the kids running inside, and hopefully Mother Nature, things are melting outside. But spring sports, we had pretty much in full swing. We have 261 student athletes participating so far, which is nice.
That's a good.
Yeah, it's excellent. Some of the vocational happenings, Skills USA districts competed March 15th at Greater Lowell. About 210 students participated and brought back close to 48 medals. And as well as there was a state officer from Whittier Tech was selected, Lauren Fitzgerald. I believe she's a sophomore from Salisbury. The first time ever in the school's history that we've had someone represent the skills. It's excellent. So it was quite impressive. Also on March 6th, Kathy Baines and several culinary students went off to the culinary competition called Pro Start, and the students placed third, and as well as Mr. Whittier and the sophomore carpentry students working on the furniture trust and getting ready to win again. And he told me to say that hopefully he will keep the display out there, so hopefully maybe next month, we can take a look at it. The spring musical, Superintendent Lynch said, it was fabulous. Just an amazing We Will Rock You. And as well as, I want to congratulate Ms. Urban and all the members of the cast, staff members, everybody, and the students, more importantly, for just an excellent job. And what talent, just amazing singers, amazing talent. So
Yeah,
it was just, we were in awe.
Probably one of the best I've ever seen,
Yeah,
Me too.
really.
right. And one after another, one singer after
Yeah.
another. I was like, wow. And there are a lot of underclassmen, so that's a nice, bright future Ms. Urban has. The guidance team they're wrapping up their interviews, incoming ninth grade students, and they're pretty much going to be finishing, their visits. And, everything was meshed in because of the storms and all that. And that's all I have tonight. Yes, sir.
When's the last day of school?
Oh, right now, it's the 26th, Tuesday. I think that's Tuesday. No, June 26th. So hopefully, Mother Nature, please don't give us any more storms.
Not bad.
That's not bad.
And graduation was unaffected, correct?
It's unaffected, yes, that's
And
correct.
so what is the date of graduation?
That's June 2nd, is it? I want to say. Was that the
Yeah, I
the
don't have my
makeup day?
calendar with me.
You know, I don't have my
It's the
calendar
Thursday
in
after
front of me.
Memorial Day.
Yeah, so it's the Thursday, maybe the June 2nd. Hold on, let me get my phone.
I think it's the 31st.
Oh, yeah, I have it right there. It's the 31st, June 2nd is the makeup day. 1 second.
June 2nd?
We ever run out of batteries with Doom?
That's why when the electric power goes out, we're in trouble.
If it's the Thursday after Memorial Day, it's the 31st of May, correct?
Yeah, 1 second.
That sounds right.
Yep. Sorry for the delay.
You know what the problem is?
we
Math
go.
pretty difficult for us.
You're correct. So graduation, early release is the
That was
31st,
difficult.
that Thursday, and the makeup day is the 2nd. So,
What's the 12 line?
and that falls,
It's a Thursday.
it's a Thursday. That's correct. Yep.
Saw the blood drain out of your face.
Sorry,
So
rain,
that whole week, the senior week, 28th through the 31st and the 1st.
so rain date is.
Rain day would be the 2nd, that
Second.
Saturday,
Okay,
the time to be determined.
okay, okay.
Uh,
So here was that Friday.
I got a question for you.
That's
I was over at the Amesbury Public Schools, and they've entered into this program, I think it's a pilot system, with the state. It's called a Blizzard Bag. You ever hear of it?
I have heard of them, yep.
Yeah, and apparently, there's a bunch of homework, some books to read, everything, and it's in this bag. And on a snow day or whatever, the students take this, they have it at home, they do this, and if 80% of them turn it in satisfactorily, then the school's granted a regular day instead of adding on at the end of the year. So, is that something that you think we should look at, consider, or it's not worth?
I think it would be very difficult to have a blizzard bag for carpentry,
No, no, I'm
or
just-
welding,
I'm just-
or culinary,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or,
Special needs students.
yes,
We get the point.
yeah.
No, I just asked you.
Yeah, I don't know the stats, but I mean, we've had 11 days, 10, 11 days. I think that's astronomical. And right now, I think we were okay because we're not near the
Right.
29th, so knock on wood.
I know, but
We've turned the corner.
Yeah,
But my philosophy is as you get into the
sure.
third and last week of June, it's kind of hard to keep everybody engaged, you know.
You do?
Anything else for, yes?
I could just add on to what Chris said about the musical.
Yes,
I think it's the best one I've ever seen. The kids were phenomenally talented.
yes.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It made me so very proud. They did such a fantastic job.
We were searching the next day, Superintendent Lynch, myself, the staff were searching because they had costumes and makeup. Like, that's the kid, that's the singer. I have to go over there and tell her. She was amazing in this one, so
Yeah.
it was excellent.
They were
Yeah,
wonderful.
we were just
Truly wonderful.
ecstatic how talented these kids are. So we're lucky.
And underclassmen too.
Yeah, a lot of underclassmen.
Yeah.
Yep. Not, the Queen songs are not easy to sing either. So,
And you know, on that note, I think the Christmas concert that they did was probably the best one I've ever been to, ever. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So,
Make sure we share that with Miss Urban.
Yeah,
'Cause she works
absolutely.
really hard.
Oh.
And actually, Mr.
Absolutely.
Purcelli, they both work very hard
Yeah.
with these kids,
Yeah.
so, thank you.
welcome.
Thank you, sir.
great, thank you, everyone.
KK's up. Did they call you KK?
Call me whatever you
No,
like.
no, I'm not me personally, but
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Superintendent Lynch, members of the committee. First of all, thank you for your vote on the statement of interest. I cross my fingers, maybe this time will be the lucky time, but we'll keep trying until we get in. Just a couple of things for you this evening. The first is in your packet, bid results. As you know, we were looking to replace the boilers this year. On February 8th, we opened bids for 3 boilers, and these 3 boilers will replace 5 older boilers. The 3 new boilers will produce an output of 5.5 million BTUs, and it's comparable to the output of the 5 old boilers. So we're getting 3 to replace 5. Please note that this was a rebid. We had bid this in the fall, and at the last minute, before we were ready to sign the contractor pulled out of the bid. So we decided to kind of wait a little bit, hoping that if we were looking at something, you know, in the winter towards spring, when they might not be that busy in the springtime, we might do better, and it actually worked to our favor, because the bid came in at, I believe, $204,000, and it was approximately $30,000 less than the bid that we had received in the fall. So we are signing the contract as we speak, and we will start working on the boilers as soon as we don't need to heat the building anymore. Hopefully that will happen soon. It's been a very long winter. Any questions on that?
Great, good job.
Thank you. And then just, I wanted to let you know that on February 23rd, we received notification from the Department of Ed, and they certified our excess and deficiency account, and this year it was certified in the amount of $843,007, which represents a little bit less than 4% of what we are allowed to have. Any questions? Mrs. Gilbert?
Just one, Kara, on the boiler replacement. You're going to plan it when you don't need heat, but what about hot water?
These
Is that
aren't hot
separate?
water boilers. These are
They're
just
not?
for the heat. Mhm.
Okay. Thanks.
We would not do that. We would plan it for the summer if they were doing hot water.
Okay.
and they're both natural gas. propane.
I believe so, yes. Yes, I believe so.
Well, we have to take a
Yeah,
look at
they
it.
are. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And Chair's report. I don't have all, how many we have? Self-evaluations? I got 3, so I have 5. So please continue to finish those up, and I will hand them off to the chair, next chair. Budget review, I think we finished that tonight. So I think we have a strong budget for next year, and we're in a good percentage increase, 3.35. Subcommittee reports, executive, we did have an executive meeting, and we have the minutes from the 21st meeting. Is there a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Move to approve. Second?
I just had a question.
Yes, questions?
I just had a question about the capital assessment increase by 100,000. Was that reflected in our budget? I'm just a little bit confused.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
know what I'm referring to at the very end?
Yes,
Votes taken at the meeting?
but that's why it's 6:45.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
why. Okay, I just didn't know, like, we just voted on it and. okay.
Right, it was 475, I think.
100 less than.
So it's 100
so
less
100
than-
less,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, it was
Yep,
fine.
and I didn't realize that. Okay, thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. Okay. So, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Unanimous. Dr. Testaverde is not here on the instructional. Plan operations, Mr. Tucker.
We did have a meeting before the previous school committee meeting. We have some minutes to approve. We're just talking about the health center and the greenhouse project, is sort of moving forward. New door badge lock system, which was also talked about. But other than that, we have nothing scheduled. So I'll move to accept minutes of,
Second.
let's see, February 21.
Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Gilbert? Any further discussion? None being heard, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, unanimous. Salary negotiation, Mr. Early.
We're still in negotiations with them. We have a meeting set up, I believe, next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. And we'll get back to you once we get an update of that.
All righty. Policy, Mr. Irving is not here.
We haven't met.
We haven't met. Okay. Now, next meeting, April 9th, which is a Monday, is our annual organization meeting for all those members, new and old, just a refresher. It starts at 5:30 for the dinner, which is sponsored by the culinary department. It's a wonderful time. We get all this administration staff right here. We have the dinner, and then we, at 7 p.m., we then reconvene back here and reorganize with the chair and the vice chair. And then the chair, the new chair, will make several appointments as far as, was it treasurer? There's 2 or 3 appointments.
Yeah, the organizational meeting. We'll
Yeah,
organize
yeah,
it.
warrant, people that sign the warrant, it's all part of that. But it does start at 5:30 for the dinner, okay?
And the meeting starts at 7.
Meeting starts at 7. Then at
That's a Monday.
the next 11th, which is the Wednesday, we'll have the regular meeting, scheduled meeting, and that starts at 6:45 for a public hearing on the budget, where any resident of the districts can come, selectmen, whatever, and for the public hearing. And then the regular meeting will start at 7 p.m. Everybody that's here clear on that? They'll send out an announcement to everybody just as we get closer.
Do we vote
Yes.
the budget at the end of the public hearing, or do we do it on a future date?
At the end of the public.
At the end, okay.
And then,
Don't we do it in the regular meeting?
I think it's at the end of the regular.
in the regular meeting. And then, it has to be approved by 8 of the cities and towns that represent the district. Last year, was it unanimous last year? It was. I see, because we're pretty well within budgetary limits. I think we'll probably have a good satisfactory conclusion.
But you need 2/3 of the school committee.
8, we need 8 votes.
I'm talking about
Oh,
school committee vote to pass our budget.
Yes,
We need a 2/3.
Oh, yes.
So you do need 8, I believe.
right, that's gives us
what he said.
financial.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about communities.
Communities.
Oh,
Yes.
but yeah.
Yeah, what happens is, most of the communities will have a financial, will go over their budget. Usually the towns go first because that's done by the selectmen. And then usually the cities are later in May and June. Haverhill, Amesbury, they're always at the end.
Yeah, that's when, yeah.
Yep, we have them scheduled.
Yeah. But usually what happens is, by the time you get to Amesbury and Haverhill, it's usually already been passed.
Actually, Amesbury's is a little bit earlier. We've already gotten a date for them.
Oh, is that right? Okay. And if anybody would like to attend, just contact Maureen, like when we're going between the finance committee or the board of selectmen from your district. If you'd like to attend the meeting with her, you're more than welcome to go along with her. All righty? Do I understand? Yes?
Just a question, do you plan to meet with every finance committee and board?
They have to.
No.
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 Only those finance committees that reach out to us do we
Right.
meet with. But we do attend every town meeting.
Yes,
Yes.
that I understand,
Right.
yes.
And usually, the Whittier budget is right behind the district's budget.
School budget, yes.
Right.
Yep.
It's not part of it, it's a
Right.
separate entity.
Yep.
But it's all in Article 3, right? In Salisbury. It's all together. yeah.
Yes. But it's separate, they don't say the total budget. So the amount that Whittier is recommending for approval, the dollar amount is given. Okay? All right. Is there any new business we need coming up? Any reports, people want anything? Okay. We do have a need for executive session tonight. I need a motion to enter an executive session
Make a motion
to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining with the teachers' union, and as an open meeting, they have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of this school committee, and to discuss strategy with respect to litigation. Upon completion of this session, we will adjourn.
We're not coming back to
Right.
open meeting, okay.
That's a roll call vote.
Yes.
Yes, Ms. Gilbert.
Yes.
Mr. Tucker.
Yes.
Did he skip you, Lisa?
Yes.
James. Ms. True.
Yes.
Yes.
I heard you say yes.
I asked that Kara Cosmos stay as well.
Kara, Cosmos, KK can stay. We'll have a quick 5-minute recess.